And good morning once again. I'm Brian Winnekins from Real Country 1430 AM Stereo and 107.3 FM WRDN. Welcome to the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. We are just minutes away from today's Northern Wisconsin State Fair Beef Show.
Attention all dairy exhibitors, we are approaching 9 o'clock, and again we want to start here at 9 o'clock with our dairy steers. Our Class 1 of dairy steers will have 4 exhibitors. We're looking for Storm Thierry, Delton Keneally, Greta Reichel, and Stella Nelson. That'll be our Class 1 dairy steers. So you should, if you're not, making your way towards the Coliseum. Thank you.
And as you heard, we will have dairy steers to start off our beef show today. We'll do our market animals first, breeding stock second today. So we'll do all of our market animals first. And we'll start with the dairy steers and go through all of our market animals, and then we will move on to breeding stock after that. Throughout the morning, we will be thanking some very special folks. These are our sponsors as well of our video broadcasts from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Thank you to the staff, of the Northern Wisconsin State Fair for helping us out. Special thanks to Patrick. He's the IT guy here at the Custer Coliseum. He actually sent a audio feed to us from the main sound system that he had to string it all the way across the Coliseum back to us, so we could have a little bit better audio with the announcers on the floor of the Coliseum and the judges as well. So thank you to Patrick for that. Thank you as well to the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board. Please thank them. They are our streaming video service sponsors on our website at realcountry1430.com. Also, thank you to our Northern Wisconsin State Fair sponsors as well, including Sunny Sky CBD of Durand, featuring CBD products for you and your family and even your pets. Rhonda and I, we have Cookie. She's a 12-year-old rat terrier blue heeler mix, and she's got some arthritis issues, and we use some of those products from Sunny Sky CBD, and it really does help her out. Sunny Skies also provides shipping too. Visit sunnyskycbd.com for more information. Also, Synergy Co-op, your local LS and TYM tractor dealer. Visit synergycoop.com for more information. Compeer Financial, a member-owned farm credit cooperative serving and supporting agriculture in rural communities. Visit compeer.com for more information. And Bluff Country Feed and Seed, serving Mondovi, Durand, Oliva, Arcadia, and the surrounding area with nutrition consultation, feed and forage sampling, feed delivery, and seed needs. Visit bluffcountryfs.com. Please thank all of our sponsors. We'll talk about them throughout the day today. Please thank them for their support. Give them a call. Visit their business. Send them an email and tell them thank you for supporting these video broadcasts. Without their help, it's pretty simple. We wouldn't be able to do this here from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. So please thank all of our sponsors for their support. Again, we have dairy steers here coming up to start off our 2024 Northern Wisconsin State Fair Junior Beef Show. I'm Brian Winnekins from WRDN Radio in Durand. Hope you enjoy the show this morning. Going to be a good one. We'll have the dairy market steers first. We'll have all of our market animals, followed by our breeding stock as well.
Good morning, everyone. Before we start our beef show, we will have the singing of the national anthem. So if you are able, please stand and remove your hat as Abigail sings the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Abigail Sikora. Our first class will be the dairy steers class number 1, and these steers weigh between 975 pounds and 1,270. And there are 4 entries in this class number 1.
Again, this is our dairy steer market class. So we get things underway here at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair and the Junior Beef Show. Once again, I'm Brian Winnikins from WRDN Radio in Durand, and thank you for joining us this morning. We have 4 exhibitors in this class this morning. Throughout the morning as well, we have some beef trivia as well from the Wisconsin Beef Cattlemen's Association. Wisconsin Cattlemen's Beef Association. A little bit mixed up, but again, we'll have some of that beef trivia as well here throughout the morning. Also throughout the morning, we'll be highlighting our sponsors as well. Please thank all of our sponsors. Again, without the support of our sponsors, we couldn't make this happen. Also, a shout out to Dave watching the show today from Beaver Dam. Enjoy the show today, Dave. And again, thank you to O'Galley Cheese Factory. Visit O'Galley Cheese for all of your snacking needs, featuring cheese, locally made beef sticks, sausage, and more. They're open 7 days a week, Highway 25 Durand. Numbers are us. Common sense bookkeeping and more. A certified QuickBooks Pro advisor and your daily money manager. Find out what a daily money manager is. You can visit Rhonda online at numbersareus.com or on Facebook. Also, the Pierce Pepin Cooperative Services. Pierce Pepin Cooperative Services, your Touchstone Energy partner, and 24/7 and West Wisconsin Telecom. Building a smart fiber optic community from the ground up. Find out more. Visit wwt.coop. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email. visit their business and tell them thank you for supporting our broadcasts. Without their help, we wouldn't be able to bring you today's show.
Good morning. As we start our first class of steers here today, really appreciate the type of kindness these Holstein steers have. We're going to start with the heaviest steer in the class. None of these are quite market ready yet. We appreciate where this steer's going and how fast he's going to get to the end weight compared to some of the other calves in the class. I like his structure for his weight. He's got an appropriate amount of finish on him. Just the most structurally correct steer in the class today. Come on, buddy. He's just not being the nicest steer right now. Follow up with this mostly white steer. He closely resembles our class winner today. Really like his structure and his size. He's going to be a big steer when he gets to market ready. He's just not quite there yet. Followed up with our bottom pair. These steers just need more time on feed. They're good quality steers. They're just a little bit younger and just not at market ready for today to place any higher. Thank you. First blue exhibited by Stella Nelson and second blue exhibited by Dalton Keneally. Congratulations, guys. Our second dairy steer class number 2. These steers weigh 1,380 up until 1,440, and there are only 3 entries in this class. So we're looking for a Madison Bovey, Allison Moose, and Isla Nelson.
Again, we're in our second class of dairy steers. In the first class, Stella Nelson took first, followed by Dalton Neely.
As these 3 animals enter the ring here, I'd like to take just a moment here. We'll introduce you to our judge. Our judge this morning is Cody Quam, and Cody comes from Lodi, Wisconsin, where his family farm raises Angus cattle. They have about a 280 cow-calf operation where they specialize in bulls and females. Cody has his wife and 2 children. He is the president of the World Beef Expo show, and he's judged some state and national shows. So let's welcome Cody to the Northern Wisconsin State Fair.
Little beef trivia for you this morning from the Wisconsin Cattlemen's Beef Association. All right, how many head of cattle are there in Wisconsin according to USDA in 2022? Is it 3.3 million, 2.8 million, or 4 million head? Let you think about that for a second. The correct answer is 3.3 million head of cattle in Wisconsin as of the 2022 USDA census. That's probably going to also potentially go up, of course, in the dairy industry. There's a lot of dairy farmers looking at having that dairy beef cross to have kind of an extra revenue stream as well. Probably find out a little bit more about that during tomorrow's dairy show. We'll have coverage of that for you tomorrow, starting at about 9 o'clock here from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Tomorrow night, we will have coverage of the livestock auction as well at about 5 o'clock tomorrow night. And then on Sunday at 9 a.m., we will be covering the Open Class Dairy Show from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. That's going to be something new this year. We had some requests for that last year, and we are able to, we're really happy that we're able to provide that coverage as well this year on Sunday morning. Right now, though, it's the Beef Show today as we're working through our classes of dairy steers first. And we'll have our other market classes here coming up as well.
All right, as we get into our second class of Holstein steers, we're going to start with this steer here that's just got a little more condition than the other two. He's not as structurally correct as as the second place steer, in my opinion. I'd like to change his hip structure a little bit, but he's actually the most market-ready steer of the three, in my opinion. He carries that cover down into his lower and down through his cod a little bit, and a little heavier in the brisket. But a really nice steer. Like to just square him up a little bit. The next steer in second, really like his length, his structure, his movement, but he just isn't quite as finished as the first steer today. As we round out into that third steer, he's just basically at this weight in these Holstein steers, it just comes down to cover for me. Very nice steer, very complete, free moving. I just wish he was just a touch heavier, and I wish he was. But he's a very good prospect, or very good project for the girl. Just wish he was a little bit heavier for a little higher placing today. Thank you.
The first blue in that class exhibited by Allison Moose, and the second blue exhibited by Isla Nelson. Congratulations. And just to again clarify to all exhibitors the order of the show, we have our dairy steers right now, then we will do our market steers, then we'll do the heifer classes, and then we will finish with showmanship. Finish with showmanship, and seniors will go first. Another reminder to our exhibitors that within 15 minutes after our show, we need your purple declaration form turned in. So please don't forget within 15 minutes after the show that you turn in those purple map declaration forms. In the ring is our Dairy Steers Class 3, and these steers weigh between 1,440 pounds up to 1,755, and we should have 5 entries. I'd like to, at this time, thank some of our sponsors for today's beef show. We'll start with the Wisconsin Farmers Union, Royal Credit Union, Synergy Cooperative, Fireworks Liquidators, Real Country 107.3, Advantage Door, Darley, Security Bank, Soakups Market, and Dirk's Farms Beef. Let's thank our sponsors.
As we get into our heavyweight dairy steer class, we get into steers that are more market ready and industry acceptable in terms of condition and cover and size. As we're in the meat packing industry, you know, we need these steers to fill these boxes in an efficient and effective manner with high choice and prime carcasses. And these steers here, you know, exemplify that. I'm starting this steer with this black neck steer here. Really the most complete steer in my mind. He's good in his condition. He's really good in his structure. I like his levelness of hip, is set to his hind legs. Real good steer that can get around the feed yard and do what he's supposed to do. But again, he works to the top for me because he's just the most balanced in his condition and in his structure. Really good looking Holstein steer. As we get into the second place steer, he probably closely resembles the first place steer in terms of his structure and his size. He's an exceptionally long-bodied steer that is, again, accurate, you know, good enough in his condition, and he'll hit that choice grade with ease. Really good steer. The third place steer, he's probably the heaviest conditioned steer in the class, probably pushing, ooh, careful there. Really a nice steer. My struggle with him is those hind legs set and how he gets around the ring. He's just not as smooth as these first two steers. And then I'm going to be critical on structure as we go today, because they have to be able to get up and get to that feed bunk and back effectively and comfortably. And, that's something we're going to focus on today. Our fourth place steer, just a really nice, heavy doing, really good steer. Just run into a buzzsaw competition with these first couple. The red steer on the end, really like his type, really like his conformation. He's just maybe not quite at 12 o'clock for today in this show. Just like to see him come back another 150 pounds heavier, and we might have a little different placing today.
So for us to do our champion and reserve champion dairy steers, we need all first and second blues from the three classes. All first and second place blues. Please make your way here to the Coliseum so we can do our champion and reserve champion dairy steers. Following our announcing of the grand champion dairy steer and reserve champion dairy steer, we will be moving into the market steer classes. In class number 1 will be steers weighing 1,050 up until 1,110. And we will have 6 entries in that first market steer class.
As we continue on, we're in our first class of market steers here as part of the beef show today. Thank you to our sponsors, including the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board. They are our video streaming service sponsor. Please thank the growers, the Wisconsin soybean growers, for their support. Also, Provisions Health, 3rd Avenue West Durand, changing the way you experience healthcare. Visit provisions.health for more information. Chippewa Valley Energy, serving the Chippewa Valley since 1922. Find out more at ChippewaValleyEnergy.com. And Wisconsin Credit Union, serving members for over 80 years. Wisconsin Credit Union, we belong to you. Visit wisconsincu.org for more information. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email. Visit their business. Tell them thank you for supporting our broadcast. Without their help, pretty simple, we wouldn't be able to bring you our streaming video coverage today from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. So please thank all of our businesses. For those of you watching today via our Facebook page, we are also doing a Facebook video stream as well at our Facebook page at WRDN 1430 AM stereo and 107.3 FM. Send us a shout out and tell us where you're watching the show from. Love to hear from you this morning. Again, Dave checking in from Beaver Dam this morning Dave, I hope you haven't had so much rain and severe weather. I know there's been a lot of crazy weather down south. Hopefully things are starting to dry out just a little bit for you. All right, another trivia question here from the Wisconsin Cattlemen's Beef Association. Meat processors are an important part of the Wisconsin economy. How many licensed meat establishments do we have here in Wisconsin, according to the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture?
Well, we have some time here. I want to thank everyone for coming to the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. We do have a full team staff that works in the office year-round, but our volunteers and our helpers really make the fair happen through Fair Week. So I just want to give a quick shout-out to our volunteers of the dairy and beef departments here, as well as their employers, because their employers are giving up their employees to be here. So we appreciate them being part of our staff through the week. Tyler Meyer from CCF Bank is the beef superintendent. Michelle Blaha works at Citizen State Bank in Cadott as the dairy superintendent. Steve Meyer is the area superintendent from Chippewa Valley Technical College. And Mike Bruner is our egg campus supervisor from Silver Springs Foods. So if we can give a round of applause to them and their appreciated employers.
Okay, so we'll answer that question here. Is it, again, meat processors are a big part of our state's economy. How many do we have in Wisconsin, according to the Wisconsin Department of Ag? Is it more than 500, more than 300, or 100? We'll give you the answer here coming up. We have our decision.
Well, let's go ahead and give our dairy steer exhibitors a nice round of applause for a high-quality show today. This brings me back to my days working in the sale barns in southern Wisconsin, sorting dairy steers all day long. I guess as it comes to me, as we look at these steers collectively, I guess I'm a little more partial to, we need to have them finished. We need them at an appropriate weight for today's industry standards. And for me, I guess that comes down to our heavyweight steer. He'll be your champion dairy steer. As we look at the rest of these steers, as we consider a reserve, I appreciate these two class winners from our earlier classes, but to me, they're just not at that 12 o'clock for today, as we're judging these steers on finished standards. So we're going to go ahead and use your second place from the heavyweight class for your reserve dairy steer.
And the answer to our trivia question, there are more than 500 meat processors here in Wisconsin, that according to the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture.
Let's give a round of applause to Ben Wicken, the grand champion dairy steer. And our reserve champion dairy steer also belongs to Ben Wicken. Congratulations, Ben.
So congratulations to Ben Wicken. He does the clean sweep on the championship drive for the Dairy Steers, winning a grand champion and reserve champion. All right, now we'll be starting with our Dairy Steers here coming up, or with our market steers rather. We'll have our first class here coming up in just a moment. So they cleared the ring with the Dairy Steers. And hope you're enjoying our broadcast today as the Junior Beef Show going on.
All right, we have our first class then of market steers entering the ring. And again, these steers are our lightweight class. They weigh between 1,050 and 1,110 pounds.
So we have this first class of dairy steers. Again, this is the junior beef show here at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. I'm Brian Winnikins from WRDN, Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM in Durant, where we feature 7 hours of farm programming Monday through Friday. We kick things off early in the morning from 5 to 7 with the WRDN Morning Farm Report. We have farm markets not only from the day before, but also overnight markets, dairy news with Bill Baker, national news as well with Mike Pearson. Also news and issues affecting rural America with Agriculture America, our ag weather forecast, and some great classic country music too during the morning farm report, 5 to 7 a.m. Then we have hourly markets at about 35 past the hour during the 9, 10, and 11 o'clock hours. Our noon farm report after our noon news features the midday markets, also ag weather and farm news as well. Then it's our agriculture afternoons with Chip Flory and Agra Talk from 1 until 3 the first hour. Chip has news and issues affecting rural America in the second hour. We have the issues and news affecting the markets with Chip Flory and Agra Talk. And then from 3 until 4, it's Jesse Allen with America on
Market
Agriculture.
class number 2, we're going to need you on deck, and we want you lined up by weight from lightest to heaviest. Market class number 2.
Then Jesse Allen's on from 3 until 4 with Agriculture of America. Then during the 4 o'clock hour, we wrap things up after our local news with Susan Littlefield and the final bell. Susan talks with some of the market traders from around the country and finds out about the latest news and issues that affected the markets for the day. The farm's radio station is WRDN, AM radio 1430, WRDN, and 107.3 FM. We also stream online at our website at realcountry1430.com. If you have the Live 365 app, you can download that to your phone, search for WRDN, and you can even watch us on your Roku TV. Just download the Live 365 app, and you can listen to us through your Roku TV as well. Again, for those of you watching on our Facebook feed, we are giving a Facebook feed today as well. Again, thank you to the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board for that. Send us a shout out. Tell us where you're watching the show from today. Love to hear from you. Beaver Dam's already checked in this morning. It's always kind of fun to see find out where people are watching from. Last year we had folks from as far away as Colorado watching the show.
as we look at this class, the first class of beef steers here, we're going to start with maybe not the heaviest calf in the class, but probably the most complete. Love his lines, love his hip structure out through that tail head, love how his feet place under him, how he strides around the ring. He's again probably not the most market ready steer today, but that steer has a bright future in him, and when he gets to that proper finish weight, he's going to be really a striker. We follow him up with that second mousy colored steer, really thick, big top, big butted steer. I guess the difference for me right now is, he just isn't as smooth and complete as this first place steer. But really a big, powerful steer. When he gets that end weight, in another month or two, he's going to be a big, powerful steer. Follow him up with the black and white steer here. Just a little too moderate for me today. Really, he's getting there in that finished weight. He's just not going to get a lot bigger. And it boils down to just structure and movement around the ring for me today on him. I really appreciate his thickness and his type and kind. We just fall a little bit short on the days on feed and the size for me. Now here we come to our fourth place steer, probably the most finished steer in the class. Good moving, nice fat steer. But again, we run into my biggest concern with him is that hot carcass weight on him, is going to be a little struggling, when you put him on the rail next to these other steers. We finish out the class with the Hereford and the black steer here. Just in my opinion, they're good quality steers, got good structure, good movement. Just wish they just had a little more cover on them and a few more days on feed, but very nice class to start out our beef show today.
First blue in that class, exhibited by Elise Branville, and second blue, exhibited by Callie Branville. Congratulations, ladies.
Again, congratulations to Elisa Branville and Kaylee Branville taking first and second in our first class of market steers. Next class of market steers, class number 2, getting ready to come into the ring here at the 2024 Northern Wisconsin State Fair Beef Show. Thank you to our fair sponsors, including the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board. They are our sponsor of our streaming video service. Fair sponsors include Alcivia Co-op, a leading member-owned agriculture fuel cooperative serving Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Illinois. Visit alcivia.com. Security Financial Bank, Durand, River Falls, Eau Claire, Ladysmith, Bloomer, and Black River Falls. Where electronic banking is easy, visit sfbank.com for more information. Bauer Seeds and Service, your local Pioneer seed.
As we wait here for market class number 2, let's thank a couple more of our sponsors. So AMPI, Herb Carlson and Sons Milk Transport, Festival Foods, Farmers Union Camp, Security Financial Bank, Touch of Home Adult Care, Close Farms, H&R Electric, and Chippewa Falls YMCA. Let's give a round of applause to these show sponsors.
Thank you to those sponsors as well here at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Also, Bauer Seeds and Service.
As Class 2 enters the ring, we're looking for 8 entries, and these steers weigh between 1,120 pounds up to 1,165. If you are Class 3, you will be on deck. So if you're Class 3, make sure you are getting ready. But right now, we are in Class number 2.
All right, so again, thank you to Bauer Seeds and Service, one of our local broadcast sponsors as well. They're your local Pioneer Seed and Pivot Bio dealer serving the Durand area. Visit BauerSeedsandService.com for more information. Sundstrom and Company are local farm tax experts in Durand and the surrounding area. Well, it's time to start thinking about that end-of-year tax planning. Call Sundstrom and Company at 672-4425 and schedule that appointment, or visit them online at their website. NTech, your premier communications and entertainment provider. Durand and Dunn Energy, your Touchstone Energy partner. Please thank all of our local broadcast sponsors. Please give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business, tell them thank you for supporting these broadcasts. Without their help, we would not be here. So please reach out to our sponsors and tell them to thank you for supporting our video streams today. Also, Baldwin checking in this morning on our Facebook feed this morning. So if you're watching via Facebook, let us know where you're watching from. We always enjoy finding out where people are watching. We also have folks watching on our video streaming service as well at our website at realcountry1430.com. If you missed yesterday's show, the Hog Show, you can see that on the video stream tab at our website at realcountry1430.com. There'll be a playlist on the left-hand side of the page, and you can just click on the Hog Show, and then you can make the screen big, and you'll be able to watch the entire Hog Show from yesterday. We're in our second class of dairy steers this morning, or market steers this morning, rather.
Market class number 3, please have your animals on deck. Market class 3.
This is the second market class of steers, and then we'll have breeding stock after all of our market class animals this morning. Tomorrow morning, our coverage from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair will also continue with the dairy show, starting at about 9 o'clock. And then tomorrow night at about 5, we'll have the livestock auction. On Sunday here at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair, we'll have the open class dairy show as well, with coverage of that beginning Sunday morning at about 9 o'clock. Beautiful day here in Chippewa Falls. Wow, looks like it's going to be some pretty nice weather. Going to warm up for the weekend, but if you have a chance to come over to the fairgrounds here in Chippewa Falls this weekend, make sure you come on out and visit our booth over in Building C. We have some goodies to give away. Also, we have some of our schedules, our flyers that have the complete schedule of all of our farm programming on WRDN. Again, we do about 7 hours of farm programming Monday through Friday on WRDN, 1430 AM and 107.3 FM, and also online at our website at realcountry1430.com, where you can listen right through the website or download the Live 365 app, do a search for WRDN. You can also use the TuneIn app as well. Again, do a search for WRDN. And if you have a TV that has Roku on it, download the Live 365 app, do a search for WRDN, and you can listen to us through your smart TV too. Those of you watching on our Facebook page this morning, again, thank you to the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board. They are our sponsor of our streaming video service. Those of you watching on our Facebook page, sure like to hear from you this morning. Give us a shout out. Tell us where you're watching from. I guess listening to. We've had Beaver Dam and Baldwin checking in this morning. It's always fun to see how far away folks are watching the livestock show today. This is just the beginning of our livestock coverage throughout our summer fair season. We're planning on having coverage from the Wabasha County Fair next week. That'll be followed by the Dunn County Fair, and then it's the Buffalo County Fair and the Pierce County Fair. So we have this is show 2 of 20 over the next month or so. Getting close to having our final decision here.
In addition to our department volunteers who help make the show happen, we also have a wonderful presence of ag teachers and FFA advisors who help make this happen too. So I want to give recognition to Mr. Swartz from the Bloomer FFA Ag Department, Mrs. Bergen from the Chippewa Falls Ag Department FFA, and then here at the table, Mr. Dunnerbauer from the Stanley Boyd Ag Department FFA, and Mr. Becker from the Cadott FFA and Ag Department. We can give them a round of applause for their appreciation.
All right. What a competitive second class of steers here today. Let's give these kids a round of applause. There are some big type and kind differences in this class, and as we analyze them, we start with this steer up here on the front. He's the thickest, the stoutest, the deepest type of steer. He's pretty adequate in his finish. Just a real pretty, free-moving steer. Really a nice steer to start the class with. Just really like this steer. We follow up in second with maybe not as fancy of a steer, but this is a cool-looking, really nice, smooth, free-moving, adequately finished steer that I really appreciate his length and his thickness. Just a really nice steer. Just finished second here in the class today. We get into these next couple steers. It kind of boiled down to a little bit of combination of structure and finish for me. This next steer, this black baldy steer, really a nice, thick, good walking steer. I just maybe like to change up his hind leg a little bit and put a few more pounds on him, but really a nice, complete steer. We come in now with this tinted brown steer. Just a nice, complete, level-hipped, good-fronted steer that just needs a few more days on feed. Come back with this black baldy steer. Just a really nice, complete, easy-moving, steer that just like to see him just a touch heavier. He's going to be a really nice fat steer. Come in here with this short-horn mark steer. Really like his length of body and extension of front and how he walks. Just like to stouten him up in that lower quarter a little bit, but really a nice steer. Come to the white steer here. Appreciate his thickness, his power at top, but I like to put a little, we're going to sound like a broken record here, but finish is the name of the game in these fat steer shows, and he just needs a few more days on feed to get any higher today for me. We finished the class with this Hereford steer. He is the most adequately finished steer of the class today. I just wish he was a little bigger, a little more extended. With his fat cover and stuff, he's going to give a little trouble, once he gets on the rail in terms of a yield grade term, but he will grade, but I just wish there was more of him. He's a nice steer. He struggles a little more when he gets around the ring. I'd like to change up his hind leg, but a very well finished, nice steer to end the class with.
First blue exhibited by Taryn Close, and second blue exhibited by Callie Branville. Let's give them a round of applause. Class number 3 market steers should be entering the ring, and these steers weigh between 1,185 pounds up to 1,220, and we are looking for 8 entries. If you are market steer class 4, you are on deck. So market steer class 4 on deck.
Again, congratulations to Taryn Close taking first blue, and Kaylee Brandville second blue in our second class. This is the third class of market steers. All right. Some more trivia here from the Wisconsin Cattlemen's Beef Association. Here's our question. How many farms and ranches are in Wisconsin with cattle and calves according to the USDA census of 2022? Is it 14,000, 30,000, or 23,000? Again, how many farms and ranches in the state with cattle and calves according to the 2022 USDA census? 14,000, 30,000, or 23,000? I'll tell you the answer here coming up. Thank you to our video stream sponsors, including the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board, our video streaming service sponsor. Our Northern Wisconsin State Fair sponsors include Sunny Skies CBD of Durand, featuring CBD products for you and your family and even your pets too. Sunny Skies also provides shipping too. Visit sunnyskiescbd.com for more information. Synergy Co-op, your local LS and TYM tractor dealer. They also have used equipment available too, along with service as well. Visit synergycoop.com for more information. Compeer Financial, a member-owned farm credit cooperative serving and supporting agriculture in rural communities. Visit compeer.com for more information. And Bluff Country Feed and Seed, serving Mondovi, Durand, Oliva, Arcadia, and the surrounding area with nutrition consultation, feed and forage sampling, feed delivery, and seed needs. Visit their website at Bluff Country FS. That's bluffcountryfs.com. Thank you to Matt as well. He helped us out with our land up north. Wanted to start a clover plot for the grouse, and went over and talked with Matt, gave me some suggestions, had some great clover to provide, and boy, did it take off. It was perfect. It was exactly what we needed. So even hunters, if you're looking to make that food plot, talk to Matt over at Bluff Country Feed and Seed. Okay, the answer to our question, how many farms and ranches in Wisconsin have cattle and calves? This according to the 2022 USDA Census. The answer, 23,000. The actual number, 22,777. So we'll call it 23,000. We'll round up. Thank you to the Wisconsin Cattlemen's Beef Association for providing some beef trivia today. They're going to have a new event this year at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair after the dairy show tomorrow. They're going to have all of the showmen, senior showman champions, in for a senior showman show, but they're going to have to show different animals. So if they showed a pig, they may have to show a steer. If they showed a steer, they may have to show sheep. So it's going to be kind of fun tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Those of you watching our video stream, compliments of the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board on our Facebook page. Let us know where you're watching from this morning. Ed Baldwin checking in. Also Beaver Dam checking in as well this morning. So let us know where you're watching from. Just give us a quick shout out. This is class 3 of our market steers. We're in class number 3 this morning. We're part of the Junior Beef Show here at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Coverage of the Dairy Show begins tomorrow morning at 9. We'll also have the livestock auction tomorrow night at 5. And then on Sunday, it's the Open Class Dairy Show. We are going to cover that. Had a lot of requests for that last year. And so we are going to do that show Sunday morning at 9, bright and early. El Paso checking in. El Paso, Wisconsin checking in this morning. We'll be at the Pierce County Fair for those of you those of you in El Paso, we'll be at the Pierce County Fair this year with our video streams as well, covering the livestock shows, the dairy, beef, swine show, the livestock auction. We may even try to sneak in the sheep show as well over at the Pierce County Fair. We'll try to make that work. Next week, we're scheduled to be at the Wabasha County Fair. That's kind of contingent on Mr. Starlink working. Where the fairgrounds is in Wabasha is very, very difficult to get to make my hotspot work.
Market class number 4, you are on deck, and you can start lining up.
So again, we're going to try to use the Starlink. Engineer Greg tells me that should work. So we'll try to use that so we can do the video streams from Wabasha. The last couple of years when we've tried, the internet's been so unstable that the stream freezes up so often that it gets actually very frustrating to try to watch it. So we're going to try to see if the Starlink will give us the service that we need and be able to have coverage from Wabasha County next week. This week, though, of course, it's the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Getting our decision made here in this class. Class 3 of our market steers. Class 4 coming up.
All right, what a heck of a class of steers here today for third class. We're going to start with this red steer up front. He's the combination of all the steers behind him. He's got the adequate finish I'm looking for. He's got the length, the depth, and the power of hip in the lower quarter. And he's the best combination steer of the day of this class. If we were to get a little critical, I'd like to see him smooth, stride out a little smoother in his stride, but a really nice steer. And second, we got the Normandy steer. This guy's just flat cool. He's so complete, so smooth. He's perfectly finished, big top, big butt. You don't see too many Normandy steers all the time, but that he's pretty cool. He just doesn't have that explosive hip that first steer has, but a really good steer. Third place steer here, the black and white steer. Really appreciate his power. I mean, he's raw power. But it boils down to I would like to see him just a little bit heavier and a little more finish on him, but a really good steer. But you hit the tough class of the day. That is a really good steer also. We come next to the Hereford. We come next to the Hereford steer here. Really well finished, like his length. Just wish he would just a little more lower quarter, a little stronger out of that hip, but a really nice finished steer. Really good project. We get down here to the red steer. Just like to see a little more mass, a little power, but he's finished well. He moves well. He's a really nice steer. Just like to power that steer up a little bit. We come to the black steer here next. Really a complete steer. Just like to, he's getting there and finish. Just like to power him up just a touch, but he's really free moving. Good fat steer coming. We've come down here to the red steer. Really extremely long bodied, long hipped, good fronted steer. Again, it just boils down to a little bit of power today. Just wish he was just a little more explosive through that hip and loin and down into that lower quarter. We come to the cream and white steer here. Really exceptionally long bodied, good fronted steer. He just comes to me, just not as quite as sound on his structure, and we just need a few more days on feed, but a nice project steer.
First blue exhibited by Olivia Wampel, and second blue by Jeffrey Sikora. Congratulations. Class 4 market steers should be entering the ring, and these steers weigh between 1,235 pounds and 1,270 pounds. And we are looking for eight entries in this class. If you are market steer class 5, you are on deck, so you should be getting ready. Market steer class 5 on deck. Just a reminder to our beef showmen that you should get your picture taken when you're done, so please remember to do that. And also, let's give a round of applause in the ring. We have Blake Sikora helping out, so let's make sure we thank Blake for helping us today.
You're watching the Junior Beef Show from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. I'm Brian Winnekins from WRDN Radio in Durand, and thank you for joining us this morning as we are in Class 4 of our show today with our market steers. And thank you to our sponsors, including the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board. They are our video streaming service sponsor. Also, O'Galley Cheese Factory. Visit O'Galley Cheese for all of your snacking needs, featuring cheese, locally made beef sticks, sausage, and more. Open 7 days a week, Highway 25 Durand. Numbers R Us, Common Sense Bookkeeping, and more. They're a certified QuickBooks Pro Advisor and Daily Money Manager. You can visit Rhonda online, find out what a Daily Money Manager does at numbersrus.com, or visit her on Facebook. Pierce Pepin Cooperative Services, your Touchstone Energy partner, and 24/7 and West Wisconsin Telecom, building smart fiber optic communities from the ground up. Visit wwt.coop. Please thank all of our sponsors. If you can do that for us, we would really appreciate it. Give them a call, drop them an email. Just visit their website, go to the contact page, and drop them an email, and let them know. Let them know that you appreciate their sponsorship of our coverage here of our livestock shows at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair, or even better yet, stop in at their business and visit with them a little bit. They'd even like that too. So please thank all of our sponsors for supporting our broadcasts. Without their help, we would not be here. Those of you watching this morning on our Facebook page, again, thank you to the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board for that. Give us a shout out where you're watching from. Durand checking back in. Good morning, Durand, and also El Paso, Wisconsin checking in. Maybe we'll get in El Paso, Texas. That'd be kind of cool. Also, Beaver Dam checking in this morning as well. If you're watching, give us a shout out. Let us know where you're watching from this morning. I always like to know where folks are watching. Baldwin also checking in this morning too. And over the last few years, we've had them as far away as Colorado. If you missed yesterday's swine show, you can find that on the video streaming page of our website at realcountry1430.com. Just go to our website, go to the video streaming page. Now the current stream will pop up right away, but there's a play list on the left-hand side of the page, and you can watch the hog show from that. When you start it, you can make the screen big and just watch the entire hog show too. So if you missed that show yesterday, you'll be able to see you'll be able to watch that today. We'll have our beef show posted as well to that later on this afternoon after the conclusion of the show. All right, another question for you from the trivia question from the Wisconsin Cattlemen's Beef Association. Wisconsin's known as America's Dairyland, and our dairy farmers play a big role in the beef industry. What percentage of beef do we enjoy across the nation that comes from the dairy industry? This coming from the National Cattlemen's Beef Board. Is it 50%, 10%, or 20%? Let you think about that. You might be surprised, by the way. Well, according to the Cattlemen's Beef Board, the percentage of beef that is enjoyed across the nation that comes from the dairy industry is 20%. 20% of the beef comes from the dairy industry. That's probably going to go up as time goes on. A lot of dairy farmers are looking at the dairy beef cross. It might be, Holstein with Angus, that sort of thing. They also be able to provide beef and another revenue stream. So that's something that's kind of new. It's been starting to take off a little bit in the dairy industry over the last few years. So I'm betting that number is going to be going up as the years go on. Also, those of you watching on our Facebook page, we'll throw a question out that you can respond to. Again, let us know where you're watching our show from today. What's your favorite what's your favorite steak? What's your favorite steak? I won't get into how do you prepare it. We won't go there. That's kind of like saying what's a better tractor, green, orange, red. That people get really cranky when that starts. What's your favorite steak? For me, it's a ribeye. I can take a ribeye any day of the week.
Well, let's give these kids a hand. This is definitely one of the most interesting classes we've had so far today, and makes me wonder what's coming next, because they've progressively gotten better all morning here. We're just going to start with this black steer, and it took me a minute. The steer's been a little uncooperative here so far, but when he stops and gives you that right pose, there's not a steer here in this class that's as powerful as he is. He's a little more open-shouldered than I maybe care for, but when he gives you that look on the side, when he comes together real good, he's got the best bone, biggest hip, biggest butt end in him. He's adequate in his finish, and like I said, when he stops and gives you that right pose, he's a really, really good steer, but he's just not being real cooperative today. Very good steer, young man. In the second here's a Hereford steer that just wowed me. When it come to his total completeness, his power, his rawness, and a very, very slick package. He's probably the best finished steer of the class here right now. But I just love his athleticism and how he moves around the ring and his total complete package. This is a really, really good young steer. Congratulations. Then we get into my two problem steers, is where to place third and fourth. Really appreciate both these steers. The shorthorn steer coming out, just not as smooth as complete as that second place steer. He's really good in his finish, really good in his power. Maybe just doesn't stride out as good as that Hereford steer in second, but a really, really good steer. The black steer in fourth, he is my problem. He's the fancy steer, the pretty steer. But just like to stouten him up compared to those first three steers. He's extremely long, pretty fronted. But again, it boils down to power and finish for this guy. He's really good on the move, really good on the profile. He's adequate in his thickness, really good hip. But he just run into a buzzsaw of a class today. Really good steer. Now we get into fifth here with this black steer. He's long-bodied, good fronted, free-moving. It just boils down to a little bit more finish on him for me today to get any higher. He just doesn't have that overall power of those other four steers ahead of him. The next steer with the green tag, really a nice, complete, sound steer. Just a little plainer in his design, but adequate in his finish. He's going to hit that grade, that choice grade with ease. Just, would like to stouten him up in his structure a little bit. Then we come into this tiger stripe baldy calf here. Really cool looking steer. But again, it just comes down to squareness and stoutness. A little more mass to his back 1/3, but a really nice fat steer. We finish out the class with this red steer. Just not as powerful today. Needs a few more days on feed, but a really good steer in his lines. Length of body and if you've ever hung a bunch of steers up on the rail, length of body is key because that just gives you a few more of them ribeyes to cut out. And that steer here is going to hang one extremely long carcass. He just needs to stouten up just a little bit to place any higher today.
First blue exhibited by James Marr, and second blue exhibited by Sydney Spaeth. Nice job. Our next class entering the ring should be class number 5, 8 entries, and these steers weigh between 1,285 pounds and 1,340. Class 6, you are on deck. Class 6 on deck.
Watching coverage of today's Northern
Beef exhibitors, we'll make a call when you want to start lining up. We're going to try and keep your steers out of the sun so they're not getting too hot. So when Mr. Jordan Bauer says get ready, get your animals ready in the barn, and then we'll make a call for you to start lining up so you're not standing out in the sun too long.
Then watching coverage of the Northern Wisconsin State Fair Beef Show from our Market Steer Class 4. Winner was James Mars. Second was Sydney Spaeth. We're in Class 5 of our Market Steers. And again, thank you to our sponsors of our video stream today, including the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board, sponsor of our video streaming service. Also, our Northern Wisconsin State Fair sponsors include Provisions Health, 3rd Avenue West, Durand, changing the way you experience healthcare. Visit provisions.health for more information. Chippewa Valley Energy, serving the Chippewa Valley since 1922. You can learn more at ChippewaValleyEnergy.com. And Wisconsin Credit Union, serving members for over 80 years. We belong to you. Visit wisconsincu.org for more information. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business, and tell them thank you for supporting these broadcasts. We can't stress it enough. Without the support of these sponsors, we wouldn't be here today, so we would really appreciate it. Reach out to all of our sponsors, and please tell them thank you for supporting these broadcasts from the fair and supporting the kids as well with their projects. Those of you watching on our Facebook page, let us know where you're watching from this morning. We are always curious to find out where folks are watching us from. And also, let us know, what's your favorite steak? Is it ribeye, porterhouse, T-bone? Those are all good. Could be something totally different. New York strip, Kansas City strip. Let us know. Yours truly, mine's ribeye. Rhonda, she's a New York strip type of gal. But I like the good old-fashioned ribeye. So we continue with Class 5 of our market steers here at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Beautiful day here in Chippewa Falls. Some of the things going on later on today. If you have a chance to come on out tonight, potentially on the main stage tonight at 8 o'clock, One Vision of Queen featuring Mark Martell will be on the Leinenkugel's main stage starting at 8 o'clock tonight. The fair will be, or the Midway's opening up as well here coming up later on this afternoon. In fact, I think the Midway's already started to open up. Some of the other shows that are going on today as well, they'll have the Junior Poultry Show starting at 4. Also at 4 is the Junior and Open Goat Show. That's coming up later on today. Kids Tractor Pull will be at about 1 o'clock this afternoon. Also, I never saw it. I've seen the pig races before. However, at 1:45, I may have to check this out. Pig, duck, and goat races. Goat racing. I love it here at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. I like that. Just a few of the things going on today. Of course, the fair continuing through Sunday. If you have a
Market
chance to come on
Class
out and join
6,
us.
you can line your animals up outside.
Well, we're going to start this class here with this red steer. He's the, of these steers out here in this class, he's, to me, the complete package of length, power, depth, freeness, and moving. He just might not be giving this young lady the best time of her life out here, but we're getting there. We'll get there. We got all day to do this, so at least they haven't told me we got a time window. But really, really exceptional steer to start this class. He's adequately in his finish. He's the biggest hip, most powerful steer in the class, free moving. Come into second with this black steer. He's the fancy, pretty, long in his lines, good in his front. Just like to power him up just a nickel, and maybe just add just a few more pounds of finish to him. But a really good free moving steer. We'll just give this calf a second here. All right. Rounding out in third, here's the Hereford steer. He's probably the most finished steer of the class. Very complete, very sound, very powerful Hereford steer. Just isn't quite as fancy as those two first steers in the class today, but a really sound, good, young fat steer. Come into fourth with the shorthorn steer. He just isn't quite as powerful as those couple ahead of him today, but a really sound, functional, long-bodied, deep, powerful steer. Just not quite as fancy as those couple ahead of him to get a little higher today. Come into the black steer, really long spine, big hip steer, good fronted. Just kind of falls down here in this place and day. Just like to see a little more cover on him, but a really good steer. Come into the shorthorn colored steer here at the end, or next. Big middled, high volume steer, big topped, good in his finish, good in his lines. Maybe just like to straighten him up off them back wheels just a little bit. He's free moving, but on that side profile, just like to straighten him up just a little bit off his back end. Next two steers, the black steer and the shorthorn steer, they just get a little plainer in their design for me personally today, but you can feed 100 of these every day and make some money. These are really good, sound, functional steers that are great projects for kids, but they're big hipped, thick. They're just a little plainer in their design to go any higher today.
First, blue in that class, exhibited by Matilda Roycraft. Second blue, exhibited by Levi Lindsay. Congratulations. Class 6 should be entering the ring, and these steers weigh between 1,350 pounds and 1,390. 7 entries in this class.
Watching coverage of the Northern Wisconsin State Fair Beef Show this morning. I'm Brian Winnikins from WRDN Radio in Durand. And congratulations in Class 5. Matilda Roycraft is the winner, and in second, Levi Lindsay. This is Class 6 of our market steers. WRDN is the farm's radio station. We feature 7 hours of farm programming throughout the day. We kick it off with the WRDN Morning Farm Report from 5 until 7 a.m. Not only farm news, farm markets, also dairy news with Bill Baker. We have some great classic country music, too, with the ag weather forecast as well. That's with the Morning Farm Reports from 5 to 7. We have hourly market updates at about 35 past the hour during the 9, 10, and 11 o'clock hours. During our noon hour, our noon farm report after our local news, we give you a midday market update, ag weather, farm news as well. And then from 1 until 4, it's Agriculture Afternoons, all about agriculture on WRDN. Kick it off with Agri Talk with Chip Flory. Hour number 1 at 1 o'clock is about news and issues affecting rural America. Hour number 2 is about the news and issues affecting the markets with Agri Talk. Then from 3 until 4, it's Jesse Allen with America on Agriculture, more news and issues from rural America. During the 4 o'clock hour, we wrap things up after our local news with Susan Littlefield and the final bell. Susan talks with some of the market traders from across the country about the latest news affecting the markets for the day. You can listen to us on AM 1430 and 107.3 FM, and also online at our website, at realcountry1430.com. We also stream as well via the YouTube or the TuneIn app, and also the Live 365 app as well. If you have a Roku TV, download the Live 365 app and just do a search for WRDN, and you can listen to us through your smart TV as well. And those of you watching on our Facebook page this morning, thank you to Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board, our streaming video service sponsor. Let us know where you're watching from. Give us a shout out. Even let us know what's your favorite steak. We've had El Paso, Wisconsin checking in, Durand, Baldwin, also Beaver Dam this morning as well. So let us know where you're watching from this morning if you're watching on our Facebook page. Some more beef trivia from the Wisconsin Cattlemen's Beef Association for you. Well, beef is known as a good source of nutrients, referred to as ZIP.
Market Class 7, you can get your animals ready, and we'll call you when we're ready to line you up outside.
Again, beef is known as a good source of nutrients, often referred to as ZIP. What does ZIP stand for? No, it's not a zip code. What does ZIP stand for? I'll let you think about that. From the Wisconsin Cattlemen's Beef Association. Okay, beef known as a good source of nutrients, referred to as ZIP. What does each letter in ZIP stand for? Zinc, iron, and protein. ZIP. Plus, it tastes good too. We're in Class 6 of our market steers, and we have one final class as well, Class 7 of market steers before the championship drive. After that, we will then have our breeding stock as well coming up. And this is market class 6 of our market steers. Class
All
6.
right, as we start this next class of steers here, we're going to start with this black steer. He is the most complete, freest moving, prettiest fronted steer with a really, really nice top, shaped to that loin, extended out through his hip and down through that stifle and into the lower quarter with exceptional deep depth of body. He is just a really complete, pretty steer with that the marketplace today is telling us we really kind of need. You know, he's going to meet that, you know, choice prime. You know, he's going to be nipping on that prime edge here, you know, pretty quickly. He's a nice steer, really super sound, complete steer to start the class with. Maybe just like to, you know, as powerful as he is, he could probably use just a touch more, but a really super sound, complete steer to start the class. We come in next with the Hereford steer. Sorry, excuse me. Probably just a nickel more finish on him than the black steer. Black steer just excels a little bit in length of body and stuff in this steer, but a super powerful, well-made steer to come in second. Just like to fancy him up just a touch, but a very useful, good fat steer. Come in next with the red steer. As we go down here, I mean, we're going to balance some finish, you know, too much, not enough, structure. But this steer here kind of puts it all together with the rest of the steers in the class. As we go, I mean, he's a powerful steer, well finished, but not too far along. You know, I just maybe like to change up his hind leg set just a touch to compete with them top 2 steers in the class, but a really useful, good red roan steer to come in third. 4th steer here, my problem steer of the class. Really like this steer in terms of a fat steer. He's probably just a little too far past done, but that's, you know, that happens on occasion. But he's a really good high cutting steer. He's probably nicking in there maybe at close to a yield grade 4 where you get into some discounts. But, you know, I really appreciate his thickness and his athleticism for the weight he's carrying, and just like to trim him up in that brisket a little bit. Here we come with the redneck steer here. Really big, powerful steer. Gets a little looser in his structure for me. Just don't like the way he sets down on that back foot just as well as some of the other steers in the class. Like to put a little more finish on him. He gets a little tucked up in that brisket for me, a little straight shouldered, but big, powerful steer. Just needs a few more days on feed. Then we come into these last couple steers. Again, we run into just some really useful, long body, deep, easy feeding type steers that just need a little more time on feed, and they're a little, you know, just a little plainer in their design compared to the steers that beat them here in class today, but just very useful industry type steers that are good projects for these kids to start with.
First blue exhibited by Morgan Hilger, and second blue exhibited by Riley Breck. And our final market steer class, class number 7, we have 4 entries, and these steers weigh between 1,400 pounds and 1,530. And just a reminder to our exhibitors, please get your pictures taken. And following the market steers here, we will move into the breeding classes. So it'll be breeding classes and then showmanship. So breeding classes followed by showmanship. And when we get to showmanship, it'll be senior showman first.
Final class of market steers today with our Northern Wisconsin State Fair Junior Show. We still have the championship drive with the market steers as well. Then we'll do the breeding stock after that. That's where we step away after the breeding stock, and when they get ready for the showmanship, we step away from that. And again, we'll be back tomorrow morning.
All first place and second place market steers can start lining up. All first and second place market steers can start lining up.
Our coverage will continue tomorrow from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair, 9 a.m. with the Dairy Show. And check that, our show will actually start at 8, so the Dairy Show will start at 8, an hour earlier. So Dairy Show beginning at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Also tomorrow afternoon, we'll have the auction, that beginning at 6 now. Okay, so a little bit of a schedule change for us. So Dairy Show starts at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, and the auction starting at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. We'll have coverage of both from the fair. It's our 7th class of market steers. Please thank our sponsors as well. We can't stress that enough. The Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board, they are a sponsor of our streaming video service. Also, our fair sponsors include Alcivia Co-op, a leading member-owned agriculture fuel cooperative serving Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois as well. Visit alcivia.com. SFB, Security Financial Bank, Durand, River Falls, Eau Claire, Ladysmith, Bloomer, and Black River Falls. Electronic banking is easy. Find out more at sfbank.com. Bauer Seeds and Service, your local Pioneer Seed and Pivot Bio dealer, serving the Durand
So
area.
I've been informed that there'll be a 10-minute break following our market classes here. So there'll be a 10-minute break following the market classes before we move into the breeding classes. And during that 10 minutes, exhibitors, if you have not filled out your purple declaration form, you need to do so during that 10-minute break.
All right, so we will have a break. We'll keep the video stream, though, running. We'll keep the video stream running. Again, thank you to Bauer Seeds and Service, your local Pioneer Seed and Pivot Bio dealer serving the Durand area. Visit BauerSeedsandService.com for more information. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business, and tell them thank you for supporting these video streams. Without their help, we would not be here today. So please, we can't stress it enough, thank our sponsors. And those of you watching on our Facebook page, let us know where you're watching from this morning. Love to hear from you. We've had El Paso, Wisconsin, Beaver Dam, Durand, Baldwin, all checking in. Let us know where you're watching from. Plus, let us know what's your favorite steak. Mine's a ribeye. And I had one over the 4th of July weekend from Durand Smokehouse. I'll tell you what. That baby was awesome. And this is our final class of market steers. Then we'll have a 10-minute break before the championship drive. Or we'll have a break after the championship drive and then our breeding class as well. So again, a little bit of a change. We'll keep the stream running during that break. So you can stick around for that. And you can stick around then for breeding stock that's coming up after our market steer class.
Getting warm. All right, as we get into our heavyweight steers here, we come with some different shapes and sizes, some structural differences. Well, we start this class with the heaviest steer in the class. You know, he's carrying that weight and that finish exceptionally well for his size and his frame size. Sorry. Big hip, big top steer. You know, kind of wins this class very handily to me. Just like to change up how he moves out. He gets a little round when he's trying to stride out there. He rolls in his hip a little bit. Just like to square him up there, but you know, an exceptional market steer. Come into second and third, here's where I struggle. You know, this big bodied, you know, little plainer steer, he's remarkable in his finish. Really good, sound, functional type of steer, you know, that's reached that end weight, you know, really well. And, you know, he's got like I said, an adequate amount of condition. I'd just like to maybe square him up and stouten him up just a nickel, but again, a very functional, good industry type steer. Third, here's my problem. Love the shape, love the hip, love the top in this steer. But when he's standing here on the still, he's not comfortable. Really straight fronted and really straight through them hocks and down from the stifle. You know, he's just not sound enough to get ahead here today, but an exceptional thick, big top, big rib, big butted steer, just not real comfortable here in the ring today. And that's where we ended up today. We round out the steer with a really nice plain, you know, crossbred steer here. Nice, you know, length of body, you know, good level hip. Just wish he was a little stouter, a little squarer, but a really, really nice steer.
First blue exhibited by Levi Lindsay, and second blue exhibited by Tate Dirks. Congratulations, guys. Just a reminder, we need all first and second blue animals here. And
again, congratulations to Levi Lindsay and Tate Dirks, our winners in Class 7 of our market steers. It's the championship drive now for our market steers to determine our grand and reserve champion. If you are coming out to the Northern Wisconsin State Fair, please visit us at our booth that we have in Building C. And you can pick up one of our ag broadcast schedules. Again, we have 7 hours of farm programming every day, Monday through Friday on WRDN. You can pick up one of those. We have some other goodies as well. Stop by, say hi, and visit us over at our booth in Building C at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair this week. Thank you to our sponsors of our broadcast today, including the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board, our video streaming service sponsor. Also, Sundstrom and Company of Durand, your local tax experts. Well, it's time to start planning for next year's tax season, farmers especially, and you can give Sundstrom and Company a call at 672-4425, 672-4425 to schedule an appointment or visit them online. NTech, your premier communications and entertainment provider, and Dunn Energy, your touchstone energy partner. Just a few of our sponsors that we've been talking about this morning. Please thank all of our sponsors. Let them give them a call, drop them an email, visit their website, tell them thank you for supporting these video streams. Without their help, we wouldn't be here today, so we would really appreciate it if we reach out to our sponsors and tell them thank you for supporting our video streams. And those of you watching on Facebook, again, before we leave this morning, let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. Give us a shout out. You can put it right in the comment section on the Facebook page. Let us know. We'd love to hear from you. We've had Beaver Dam, Baldwin, El Paso, Wisconsin, Durand all checking in this morning. So let us know where you're watching from this morning. We're always curious to know. And we'll have more coverage from the fair tomorrow morning, bright and early at 8 a.m. with our dairy show. And then we'll also have tomorrow night at 6 o'clock the livestock auction as well. Then on Sunday, it's the Dairy Open Class show. And the Open Dairy show will begin at 9 o'clock Sunday morning. That'll be 9 o'clock Sunday morning for the Open Class Dairy Show. We will have that for you here on our video streaming service. So join us for that. We had a lot of requests for that last year. And it's a pretty big show, too. So we're looking forward to that. Again, right now we're in the beef show. This is the championship drive here. We have all of our first blues in the ring at the moment, trying to determine our grand champion. Then this is our championship drive. This is to determine grand champion. Big moment for all of these exhibitors. It looks like we may have our decision.
Well, let's give all the kids exhibiting the beef steers today a round of applause. What a deep, deep show today. We've had some types, differences in types and kinds, weights, finishes, but I tried to bring the steers out of every class that were the best for the industry as we see it today, in terms of finish and structure, size, scale, all that. But they needed to move. They needed to, come to us in a, more of a complete package. There's some thicker steers. There's some stouter steers. There's some prettier steers. But when we're hanging them all up on the rail, and it boils down to what that end product is. We're all in the beef industry. We're all in the beef business of selling pounds and quality pounds. Quality in the key word. When you're talking up to $300 to $400 carcass premiums on these steers that reach that prime and yield grade 2 and 3s, that's real money, and that's where your profit and loss is on an industry standard. And anybody that's fed any amount of steers, can attest to that, they're all good, they're just not all equal some days. And this is where it becomes real hard on what we got to decide on today. But, I'm pretty happy with the group of steers we got out here. I've talked them all individually in class. I'm still not 100% sure where we're going yet, but I will go out and pick you a champion steer here in a second.
All right, here we go. Have to wonder, what are the exhibitors thinking? Boy, I'd be nervous if I was out there right now. It's like, is it good that he's looking at me so much? Is it bad that he's looking at me? Is he trying to pick something out he doesn't like? That's what would be going through my mind right now. And it's the little girl. Oh, congratulations. Oh, she's just got to be, wow. All right, so we have our grand champion named, and now we'll bring in the second blue from the grand champions class to find out who our reserve champion is. This is to determine our reserve champion. There we go.
All right, our grand champion beef steer today, Matilda Roycraft. And our reserve champion beef steer, Morgan Hilger, is the exhibitor. Congratulations.
So now we're going to take a 10-minute break.
So we'll now have our 10-minute break. And again here, if you've not done your declaration form, exhibitors, you should do so during this 10 minutes. After our 10-minute break, we'll do our breeding classes, starting with the, purebred Angus will be our first class. So all purebreds first.
All right, so there we go. So we're going to keep the video stream running, and we'll get more. We'll have more with our breeding classes here coming up. So stick around to hear from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. I'm Brian Winnekins from WRDN Radio.
So we'll be starting our breeding classes here in just a couple minutes, and we're going to do all the purebred first. And our order is going to be purebred Angus, followed by purebred Herefords, then purebred Simmentals, then purebred Shorthorns, and then it should be any other breed. All right, our break here is over, so we're looking to start our breeding classes. So Levi Lindsay, you are in class number 1. Our class number 2, we're looking for Isla Nelson and Sydney Spaeth. Our first breeding class here is going to be a junior yearling heifer, and this is a purebred Angus and 1 entry.
single entry here in the Angus division. Heifer that can stand a whale of amount of competition in terms. She is so deep bodied, good fronted, smooth shouldered, big hip, really good structured heifer. Could stand a heck of a lot more competition. We'll look forward to seeing you in the Supreme Drive.
The first blue, and also he'll be the champion purebred Angus, exhibited by Levi Lindsay. Our next class, sticking with junior yearlings, is going to be the Hereford registered purebred, and we have 2 entries in this class. On deck is going to be our Simmental purebred.
Again, we're in our breeding classes right now here at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Again, congratulations to Matilda Roycraft. She was the grand champion in the market steers here at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Morgan Hilger was reserve champion as well. Congratulations to Matilda.
Here in the Hereford division, we single class here, these junior yearlings. We're going to start with this bigger, deeper, more level-hipped, freer striding heifer. Just really appreciate her shape and her, she extends down through that flank and all the way back into her udder. Just remarkably structured and level hip. The heifer in second, just a little smaller package. I'd like to clean her up just a touch in her front end, maybe just clean up her, her navel there a little bit, but a very useful heifer for an exhibitor to use in their breeding program. Again, nice hip, good structure, just a little overpowered today by that heifer in first. Congratulations.
First blue and champion purebred Hereford, exhibited by Sydney Spaeth, and second blue and reserve champion purebred, exhibited by Isla Nelson. Our next class is our Simmental purebreds, and there should be 1 entry here, a summer yearling.
All right, as we continue with our with our breeding classes, in between some of the classes as well, we're talking with Rusty Volk with Northern Wisconsin State Fair. He's the guy in charge. He's the lead ambassador, I think, for the fair. I went out and had to grab him. He was talking with some of the fair attendees. You're giving directions to where the steak sandwiches are?
I really wish. I don't even know where it's at myself. We've got enough food spread out all over the place. I don't know all their menus, but we got a lot of food, a lot of great food.
Look, boys, you must have, you're in good with the Almighty, because you've picked you got some great weather this week, it looks like.
Absolutely. Well, I've been broadcasting this for quite a while, Brian. I've said for the last couple of months, I'm the weatherman. The weather's going to be the weather, but it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be perfect. So don't worry. Come on out. Buy your tickets now.
You know, can I have you then for Labor Day weekend up at my land in winter just to predict the weather so that we don't have rain like I've had for Memorial Day and 4th of July? Just saying.
Yeah, other people have tried to do that, Brian. They really have tried a lot, and I always say there's a catch to it.
Single entry
There's a
here in
catch
the
to it. I'm still
Simmental
raising
division.
money to finish the barns.
Real nice heifer, big top, thick heifer.
We're going to take a break here
real
for the
deep.
judge.
Follows that from her chest floor all the way back into her flank. You know, if we want to be a little critical, we'd maybe raise her up in size a little bit, add a little frame, maybe extend out that front end a little bit. But a very useful heifer. Going to be real interested to see what you can do with her when you get her home and get her bred. Congratulations.
We'll get our next class in here, and then we'll continue our conversation with Rusty.
And Anthony Glens is the exhibitor of that fine animal. For our lamb exhibitors, if you have an extra lamb, we need your cut sheets ASAP. Anybody with an extra lamb, we need those cut sheets now. Thank you. Our next class here is sticking with the Simmental registered class here. We have junior yearlings, and there should be 2 entries.
Rusty, I have to ask you as we continue our conversation.
Shorthorn
Rusty Volt
registered, you are on deck.
from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. So as a kid, were you out in that ring?
I was never a showman. I never did show cattle at the auction or at the 4-H group. I'm a North Dakota native, and we did have 4-H, and I was into equestrian. I had a beautiful horse that I rode and stuff like that, so and ended up actually riding in rodeo arena for a few times. So that's my upbringing from North Dakota. We did not have the type of shows that we have here in Wisconsin. So for me to now be the executive director, you know, as a farmer, it's always in your blood. So for me to be the executive director, this is just awesome that we can build a facility where these youth can showcase their hard work and what they're doing, and how we want to get the urban people out here to see this big time so that they can be impressionable. You know, these kids that have never seen a cow up close or a hog or a sheep, they need to come and really witness what it's like and ask the exhibitors about those animals. They'll tell them. They're passionate about it. And
Here we got 2
they
entries
understand.
in the junior yearling Simmental division. We're going to start with the black heifer in first. Really love her front end and her extension, her levelness through her top and depth of body, and just her overall structure. Just a really sound, complete, really nice, really good heifer. Well, second place, we'll have the red heifer. She's a really nice functional female. Gets around real nice. Just like to stouten her up and fancy her up just a touch to compete any higher.
First blue, exhibit by Morgan Hilger. And second blue, Alexa Gint. Congratulations. We'll now do our champion registered Simmental and reserve champion registered Simmental.
So Rusty, you know, as we continue our conversation with Rusty Volk from Northern Wisconsin State Fair, have you had a chance to talk with the kids, some of the exhibitors, about what it's like showing in this brand new arena, the Custer Coliseum?
I love to do that. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time to walk through, especially the first few days, because we're setting up the rest of the carnival and all the exhibits that are on the commercial end. So there's a lot of behind-the-scenes work that I need to do as we're out there. And so it's important that I do. What I do, although on like Tuesday, now I will come back and I go through the barns there because they all want me to buy one of their pigs or one of their steers. And that's when I talk to them to say, hey, what are we doing? You know, how did you do it? That's when I get my education. Because even though growing up on a farm, raising cattle and a milker, I was a dairyman for many, many years, you can always learn something new. What are the latest feeds? You know, how do you keep them? And the way they care for these animals, the youth, you got to go through the barns and ask them. You're going to learn something all the time.
Again, come on out and join us here at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. We've been with Rusty Volk, the executive director of the Northern Wisconsin State Fair, as we continue with our breeding animals here at the Beef Show here at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair.
Okay, as we look at our champion Simmental purebred heifers here, I think there's a pretty easy way to start. We're going to go with the black baldy heifer here, the junior yearling for champion. Now we get into a couple different heifers here. We got the little more moderate frame, maybe a touch over condition for her age and, going into breeding. That concerns me a little bit. We got the red heifer that, a little plainer in her design, a little more bold in her bone and, not quite tied in the way I would like her in the tailhead. So give me a second and I'll pick a reserve.
All right, our champion registered Simmental, exhibited by Morgan Hilger. And reserve champion Anthony Glens. Congratulations. Next up will be our purebred Shorthorn. Summer yearling starting us out. Should be 2 entries in the summer yearling class.
Again, watching our coverage of our beef show from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. We're in the breeding stock. Our grand champion winner, she's out there right now. That's Matilda Roycraft. She won grand champion in the market steers. We're going to have a chance to talk with Matilda as well during some of our remote broadcasts on WRDN radio. We're going to try to get something with her right now, but of course she's kind of busy at the moment. She still has stuff to show. Thank you to our broadcast sponsors, our video streaming sponsors, including Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board, the streaming video service sponsor, along with Sunny Skies CBD, featuring CBD products for you and your family and your pets in Durand. Sunny Skies also provides shipping too. Visit sunnyskiescbd.com for more information. Synergy Co-op, your local LS and TYM tractor dealer. Visit synergycoop.com for more information. Compeer Financial, a member-owned farm credit cooperative serving and supporting agriculture and rural communities. Visit compeer.com for more information. Bluff Country Feed and Seed, your hometown feed and seed supplier, serving Mondovi, Durand, Oliva, Arcadia, and the surrounding area with nutrition, consultation, feed and forage sampling, feed delivery, seed needs and delivery, and even also making those food plots for wildlife as well. Visit bluffcountryfs.com. And O'Galley Cheese Factory. Visit O'Galley Cheese Factory for all of your snacking needs, featuring cheese, locally made beef stick sausage. Oh yeah, it's ice cream month. They have some great ice cream as well at O'Galley Cheese Factory, open 7 days a week, Highway 25, Durand. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, and visit their business. Let them know that you appreciate these broadcasts. We really would appreciate it if you do that, to let them know that their sponsorships are important. As we get our next decision here.
As we start our Shorthorn show, really a really good pair of heifers here. I'm opting to start with this roan heifer. And basically what it boils down to me is she's a little stronger through her hip and maybe just a nickel stouter from behind, but both free moving, exceptional athletic heifers, that are just really good fronted, deep bodied. This roan heifer just struck me a little harder today. The red heifer, maybe just like to clean her up in her navel. Just maybe bring in them shoulders just a tick. But we're just nitpicking on 2 really, really nice heifers here. So congratulations.
First blue exhibited by Matilda Roycraft. Second blue exhibited by Riley Breck. Nice job.
So Matilda, it's another first blue.
Our next class here, sticking with the purebred Shorthorns, is going to be our junior yearling. Should be 1 entry, and then we have a senior yearling registered Shorthorn. Following our Shorthorn purebred, we'll move into our any other breed registered.
single entry here in the Junior Yearling Shorthorn Show. Really a remarkably powerful heifer that's still extremely free moving. Just exceptional in depth of body and power throw over that top. Be darn interested to see how they do in the champion drive. Congratulations.
And Morgan Hilger is the exhibitor for that animal. Nice job, Morgan. Next should be our senior yearling registered shorthorn and one exhibitor.
Single entry here in the senior yearling division. Really an exceptionally long-bodied, powerful heifer to that could stand a little more competition. Just a really sound, functional heifer. Be interested to see how they all look together out in the champion drive here in a second.
First blue in that class, Kinley Seidlitz. Yep, and then we need all first registered shorthorns, please. All first registered shorthorns.
Wasn't many here in the shorthorn division, but they are ear deep and they are powerful. Let's give these kids a round of applause for bringing these heifers out. So with that being said, I think the junior yearling here is going to be our champion heifer, and the summer yearling will be our reserve. They're just both free-moving, powerful heifers that have a great look to them.
Champion registered shorthorn, exhibited by Morgan Hilger, and reserve champion Matilda Roycraft. Nice job. So we're moving into our registered any other breed, and we're starting with summer yearlings, and there should be 3 entries. We'll then have a class of any other registered junior yearlings, and then 1 senior yearling. And then we'll go into our commercial. Just a friendly reminder to all our exhibitors that we do need your declaration forms within 15 minutes after the show. So if you've not done your declaration form, please, please, please take care of that.
As we start our Any Other Breed division, three remarkably big, long, powerful heifers. I'm going to start with the stoutest heifer, a little more freer moving than these other two heifers, in my opinion. Just a bigger top, a little stouter made, real pretty feminine heifer. Coming in second here is maybe a notch bigger type of heifer, but a really good, useful, feminine heifer for her size. Real long-bodied, thick type heifer. Really, really good. Finishing out the class is a little smaller, a little frailer made heifer. Really useful. Going to be a good breeding project for the exhibitor. Just maybe like to square her up off them hind wheels a little bit, but a really good, useful heifer.
Our next class here is going to be the registered Any Other Breed and junior yearlings, and there should be 3 exhibitors.
as we get into the next division here, the any other breed, this is where it becomes a little trickier as a judge because we got, when you get into that any other breed, you got some big breed differences, types and stuff, and it makes it a little challenging because, just it's the way it is, different breeds, different types, different things. But we're going to go ahead and start with this bigger, longer bodied, more feminine heifer that's really free on the move. Just a real pretty feminine heifer. Second place, closely follows that first place heifer in terms of her length and size and substance. Just like to pretty her up just a little bit to compete with that first place heifer. And then third, nothing against this mini Hereford heifer. She's exceptionally thick, well-made, level-hipped. But, we're in against these bigger heifers that are a little more feminine, a little prettier. But this is a really, really nice miniature Hereford heifer that's going to go on and be one heck of a breeding piece for the young exhibitor. So let's give these kids a round of applause.
First blue exhibited by Morgan Hilger, and second blue exhibited by Levi Lindsay. Our next registered any other breed will be senior yearling, and we should have one entry.
Single entry here in the senior yearling division. This heifer really strikes you on the side profile with her length of spine and her correctness. But then when you get behind her, she is powerful. Big top, thick butted, really nice heifer. It's going to be an interesting champion drive. Congratulations.
And the exhibitor is Brinley Sonnentag. We need all first blue any other breed to be entering the ring. Following this class, we're going to move into our commercial animals, starting with our junior beef calves.
Going through our breeding stock right now here at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair and the Beef Show is moving through the classes pretty fast and moving into the commercial classes now. Reminder, tomorrow we'll have the dairy show starting at 8 a.m. The dairy show starting at 8 a.m. And we'll also have the livestock auction from the Northern Wisconsin Fair tomorrow night starting at 6. Then on Sunday, it's the open dairy class show, and coverage of that show begins at 9 a.m. on Sunday morning.
for a champion any other breed drive here this morning. I mean, we got 3 little bit different types of heifers out here, and I'm going to be splitting some hairs here, but I'm going to go with the one that I feel is the smoothest around the ring, the prettiest and the feminist, most feminine heifer, and that's going to be this heifer right here. Following that champion heifer in terms of freeness of movement and the way they got around the ring and their overall type and kind, it's a little different. We're going to go with the senior yearling for reserve. I just like the way she moves and how much power she's got.
The champion registered any other breed, exhibited by Morgan Hilger, and reserve champion exhibited by Brinley Sonnentag. Congratulations. All right, moving into our commercial animals, we have junior calves, should be 2 entries. Following our junior calves will be senior calves.
Moving into some of our calves now here at the beef show on the breeding stock side. Thank you to Numbers R Us, Common Sense Bookkeeping, and more. They're a certified QuickBooks Pro Advisor and Daily Money Manager. Visit them online at numbersrus.com or on Facebook. Pierce Pepin Cooperative Services, your Touchstone Energy partner. 24/7 and West Wisconsin Telecom, building smart fiber optic communities from the ground up. Find out more, visit wwt.coop. Provisions Health, 3rd Avenue West Durand, changing the way you experience healthcare. Visit provisions.health for more information. Chippewa Valley Energy, serving the Chippewa Valley since 1922. Find out more at chippewavalleyenergy.com. And Wisconsin Credit Union, we belong to you, serving members for over 80 years. Visit wisconsincu.org for more information. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business, and tell them thank you for supporting our broadcast. Without the help of these businesses and organizations, we wouldn't be here. So please, we really would appreciate it if you let our sponsors know that you appreciate these broadcasts.
A couple young bull calves here to start the commercial division. Really like the length of hip and a little more stouter in this calf here in first. Just a little more power for his age and whatnot. Just 2 nice little calves. We'll just see how they grow up and how they come back next year.
First blue in that class, exhibited by Tanner McGinnis, and second blue, exhibited by Deegan McGinnis. Next class is going to be our senior calves. Should be 2 entries.
single entry here in the senior calf division. Really nice, stout, powerful heifer that fills her tracks as she's coming around the ring here. Just a really nice heifer. Can't wait to see her back for the champion drive.
And the exhibitor for the animal, Caitlin Schneider. Congratulations, Caitlin. Next class is the junior heifers, and there should be 3 entries. Senior heifer, you are on deck.
In these junior heifer calves, we got 3 nice little young heifer calves. We're going to start with the one that's got a little more bone, a little more foot under, a little stouter. Just a really nice, heifer project. We're going to follow up with the longer, the one that a little more complete. Then, she's good fronted, long bodied, just a little squarer made than the heifer in the third. The third heifer, really extremely long-bodied, good-footed. Just like to power her up just a little bit to compete a little higher today.
First blue exhibited by Avery Marr, and second blue exhibited by Sophia Frazier. Our next class will be the commercial senior heifer calves, and I believe we're looking for two entries. Check that, just 1 entry.
Really nice heifer here in this single entry class. Heifer that could stand some more competition. Really appreciate her shoulder, how it ties in there into her front end, down how smooth she is over the top and through her hip. Just a really nice heifer in search of a little more competition today.
And the exhibitor for that first blue is Jessica Legess. Next class will be our commercial summer yearlings, and I believe 3 entries.
Here in this class, there's some pretty good differences here, and there's some give and take that we got to have a conversation about. But I'm going to go with the little more balanced heifer. She's a little stouter in second place, maybe not as pretty as second place, but she does move as well as second place. So, in my mind, I weighted this a little differently, and I just went with the little more complete heifer, in my opinion. Really like her length and power, just maybe like to pretty her up just a nickel. That second place heifer is ultra feminine, ultra complete. Just wish she had a little more power and a little more substance to her, but again, a really nice high quality heifer. My problem heifer is the third heifer. You ain't gonna find one with more muscle, more top, a lot of middle. But where I struggle with her is she just likes to shuffle them back feet when she gets going. She doesn't feel those, she doesn't feel her tracks when she's walking out, and she rolls underneath her with her hip a little bit. So that's where it just boiled down to how she moved out, because a lot of it was how we decided on this class.
First blue exhibited by Adam Glens, and second blue, Julia Lyons.
As we continue with our coverage from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair Beef Show, I'm Brian Winnikins from WRDN Radio. We're doing our breeding classes right now. Those of you watching on our Facebook page, our streaming video there, also being brought to you by the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board. Let us know where you're watching from. We'd like to know. Just put it in the comment section of what city or state or wherever you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you this afternoon, I guess now. But let us know. We've had a lot of folks checking in this morning as well. So let us know. We'd love to hear from you today as you enjoy the show. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock, or at 8 a.m. rather, not 6 a.m., but 8 a.m. for the dairy show. And then tomorrow night at 6 o'clock is when we have the livestock auction. On Sunday morning, we will also have the open class dairy show. That will start at 9 o'clock on Sunday morning. And again, thank you to the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board. They are our streaming video service sponsors, so we appreciate them and thank them for their support. Please thank them as well, along with all of our fair sponsors too. They're the ones that make this all possible.
In this class of heifers, we're going to start with the biggest bodied, biggest squarest hipped heifer. You know, she just transmits such a soft look, you know, elegant design. You know, she wins me over when we get her out here on the move. And as you watch her leave the ring, she's filling her tracks. She's striding out with just a perfect stride. Just really like how that is. I mean, that's something we got to have at home when they get out on the pasture. If they can't walk around effectively, you know, that leads to a lot of longevity problems and stuff if they can't do that. And that heifer really walks out nice and really deep and really correct. Next heifer here, maybe a touch stouter, bigger topped, but, you know, she does have heifers ahead of her.
First blue exhibited by Levi Lindsay, and second blue Bronson Ludwigson.
The farm's radio station is WRDN Radio, 1430 AM and 107.3 FM. We offer 7 hours of farm programming each day. Kick it off with the morning farm report from 5 to 7 a.m. Farm news, farm markets, also our ag, weather, and more, plus great classic country music too. Hourly markets at about 35 past the hour during the 9, 10, and 11 o'clock hours. Our noon farm show has the midday market update, farm news, and our ag weather. From 1 until 4, it's our agriculture afternoons. Chip Flory kicks it off from 1 until 2 with Agri Talk and the latest news and issues from rural America. He's also in from 2 until 3 with Agri Talk after the bell, and that's where he talks about all of the news and issues affecting the markets. Then it's Jesse Allen with America on Agriculture with more news and issues from rural America. Plus, during the 4 o'clock hour after our 4 o'clock news, Susan Littlefield in with the final bell, where she talks with some of the market analysts from around the country about the markets for the day and what made the markets move in the directions that they did. You can listen to WRDN, of course, on 1430 AM, 107.3 FM, online at realcountry1430.com. We have the player right at the top of the page. Or download the Live 365 app. Do a search for WRDN, and you can save us to your favorites there. We also have the TuneIn app. You can use the TuneIn app. Do a search for WRDN. And if you have a Roku TV, a TV with Roku on it, just download the Live 365 app and go ahead, search for WRDN, and you can save that as a favorite, and you can even listen to us through your smart TV too. The farm's radio station is Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM, WRDN. As we continue with our breeding classes here at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. We'll go through the breeding classes, and then that's when we step away, and we'll be back tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock for the dairy show. Going to be a big show tomorrow. Looking forward to that. We'll also have the livestock auction tomorrow as well at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. And the open class dairy show Sunday morning starting at 9.
What a nice set of commercial heifers to finish up the commercial division. To me, it comes down to kind of two heifers. We're going to go with the junior yearling for champion, for how deep and powerful she is. Maybe like to freshen her up in her front end a little bit, but that's getting pretty nitpicky on our super sound, super free moving heifer. We're going to follow up with the senior calf, the black baldy calf. She's just ultra attractive in that. Just really thick, stout heifer that just a real pretty feminine made heifer. She'll be a reserve.
The champion exhibited by Levi Lindsay and reserve champion Jessica LeJust. Nice job.
For the beef, all female champions should be making their way to the show ring, please. All female champions should be making their way to the show ring.
Well, we have a little downtime here. I want to thank everyone thank you for coming to the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Here in Chippewa County, we do have a full-time year-round office staff, which is very unique in the county fair industry, and it's great to be a part of it. But we also have many volunteers who help make this fair week happen. Meeting throughout the year for meetings, as well as the 2 weeks before fair, many hours that we certainly appreciate and cannot do without. Quick shout out to some of those people. Beef Superintendent is Tyler Meyer. He works for CCF Bank. In addition, they obviously have full-time jobs, so they're here this week on behalf of their employers, so we appreciate their employers as well. Beef Superintendent is Tyler Meyer from CCF Bank, Michelle Blaha from Citizen State Bank in Cadott, Steve Meyer, Chippewa Valley Technical College, and Mike Bruner from Silver Springs Foods. So if we can give a round of applause to them and their employers for having them be here this week. Also, as you know, here for our junior division, we have 4-H members, FFA members, as well as a church youth group. And without our FFA advisors and 4-H, as well as the church leaders, we would not be able to put the junior show together because we have our exhibitors. Those helping today here in the Dairy and Beef Show is Mr. Swartz from Bloomer, Mrs. Bergen from Chippewa Falls, Mr. Dunnerbauer from Stanley Boyd, and Mr. Becker from Cadott. So we appreciate those ag teachers and FFA advisors.
If we have a representative from the North Central Wisconsin Cattlemen's Association, we'd like you to come forward to present the chair here to our winner. So again, if the rep from North Central Wisconsin Cattlemen's Association is here, we'd ask you to come present the chair.
Well, what a heifer show. Let's give every kid that brought a heifer out into this ring a nice round of applause. Taking a little extra time here in this overall heifer drive here. Just I want to make sure I saw them all well on the move. You know, some of them were in single classes and stuff. So we're just taking a little extra time, just make sure we see them all the right way, give all these kids and heifers their moment. We've worked all summer to get here. Let's do this right, in my opinion. But I mean, the heifer project is, you know, probably the nearest and dearest to my heart. I mean, I enjoyed showing steers as a kid. That was all fun and dandy, but I built a cow herd off of doing this part. Showing when nobody else, you know, showing the divisions nobody else wanted to because you weren't going to that market sale at the end of the day. But this is how you build a cow herd. This is how you build an industry. This is how you build a livelihood. So it is probably more important to me, you know, in terms of what these kids are opting to bring out here and show us as heifers and those bull calves, because, you know, these are the ones they're going home with to continue their projects with for years to come and on into their adult life. So, and that's being said, I mean, that's that's how I feel about this. I mean, the steer shows are great. We need them. We have them, and they're a lot of fun. But the heifer shows where you can really sort out the ones that are going to go home and be, somewhat professional about how we're going to raise these cattle and make the next generation and keep going on in the beef industry, considering we have the smallest cow herd in the history of the American cow herd, and we need to grow that. And that happens right here as these exhibitors take these females home and get them bred and turn them into cows. And, hopefully they can bring a calf back next year, or 2 years from now, bring these calves back and see what they can produce with them. So with that being said, there's 4 heifers out here that really strike me a little harder. I'm going to take one more look, and then we're going to pick a champion in a reserve. Congratulations, kids.
Grand champion female goes to Levi Lindsay. And reserve champion female today, Morgan Hilger. Nice job. Start them off.
The two taking pictures over there are seniors anyways. I'm tired.
Senior showmanship, let's get rolling. All right, our next class is going to be senior showmanship. And we need Heat 1 senior showmanship. So listen for your name. Heat 1 senior.
Okay, we're done with our regular classes today. They're getting into showmanship, and that's going to wrap things up today from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. We hope you enjoyed the beef show today from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. And coming up tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, we'll have the dairy show from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. From the Northern Wisconsin State Fair, I'm Brian Winnikins for Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM WRDN. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you at the fair.